Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Collectors and Enthusiasts. Today, we have a thrilling episode lined up for you as we take a deep dive into one of the most fascinating coins from the United States. A coin that you might have sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change right now, the 1973 Lincoln penny. At first glance, this penny may seem like just another ordinary piece of currency. But when you start to understand its history, design, and value, you'll quickly realize it's anything but ordinary. Stick around as we uncover what makes this particular penny so special, and discover just how much it could be worth today. Before we get into the specifics of the 1973 Lincoln penny, let's talk a little bit about the history of the penny itself. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, and it's one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner, the coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln was chosen to be honored on the penny as part of the celebration of his 100th birthday, and since then, his likeness has been a symbol of the nation's history, leadership, and unity. Over the years, the Lincoln penny has gone through several design changes, but it has always remained a key part of American currency. The penny originally contained 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, but in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper due to rising copper prices. That change, however, came after the 1973 Lincoln penny was minted, so it still contains the original copper composition, which gives it a unique quality in the world of coin collecting. Now, let's zero in on the coin we're talking about today, the 1973 Lincoln penny. The 1973 penny has a special place in the history of U.S. coinage. It was minted at a time when the country was in the midst of economic change, marked by the end of the post-World War II economic boom and the beginning of inflationary pressures. The design of the 1973 penny is based on the traditional Lincoln profile on the obverse front, with President Lincoln's bust featured in the center, surrounded by the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust." Below his portrait, you'll see the year 1973, and the mint mark, which indicates where the coin was produced. On the reverse side of the 1973 Lincoln penny, you'll see the famous image of the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of the enduring strength and ideals of the United States. This design has been part of the penny since 1959, and it's a powerful image that represents the nation's commitment to freedom, equality, and democracy. The words, "United States of America, et pluribus unum," and 1 cent, are also inscribed around the image of the Lincoln Memorial, further enhancing the coin's historical significance. So, what makes the 1973 Lincoln penny so special? It's true that millions of these pennies were produced, and many of them are still circulating today. However, there are a few key factors that set certain 1973 pennies apart from the rest, making them incredibly valuable for collectors. One of the biggest factors that can influence the value of a coin is its condition. Most pennies that were minted in 1973 have been circulated extensively over the years. The wear and tear from daily transactions can make the coins look worn, scratched, or discolored. However, if you happen to have a 1973 Lincoln penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth much more than its face value of just 1 cent. Coins that have been well preserved in excellent condition are highly sought after by collectors. The reason for this is simple: high quality, uncirculated coins are rare, and collectors are always looking for coins that have been carefully stored and maintained. When a coin is in near perfect condition, it becomes a rare find, and its value increases significantly. For example, a 1973 Lincoln penny that is uncirculated, with sharp details and minimal signs of wear, could fetch a premium price on the market. But condition isn't the only thing that can make a 1973 Lincoln penny valuable. There's another important factor to consider: mint errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production of the coin, leading to unique variations that set the coin apart from the rest. Some of the most common types of mint errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, and improperly aligned dies. These errors are highly prized by collectors because they make the coin unique and give it a certain rarity that other coins from the same year don't have. For example, if you happen to come across a 1973 penny with a double die or an off-center strike, you could be holding onto a coin that is worth much more than its face value. Minting errors like these can make a coin much rarer and much more valuable, often leading to higher prices in the marketplace. In fact, some of these error coins can sell for thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. Now, let's get to the most exciting part. How much could a 1973 Lincoln penny be worth today? While the average 1973 penny in worn condition is worth just its face value of 1 cent, that's not the whole story. As we've mentioned, if your 1973 Lincoln penny is in uncirculated condition or if it has a minting error, the value can skyrocket. Some of these coins have been sold for incredible amounts of money at auctions and private sales. So, if you happen to own a 1973 Lincoln penny that is in mint condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a true treasure. The value of such a coin can easily reach as much as $75,000. Yes, you heard that right. $75,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 1 cent when it was originally minted could be worth such an incredible amount today, but that's the magic of rare coins. They hold a unique place in history, and their value increases as time goes on. Imagine holding a penny that could be worth $75,000. It's truly amazing. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this is a reminder that the world of coins is full of hidden gems waiting to be discovered. So, if you have a 1973 Lincoln penny in your collection or in your change jar, take a moment to examine it closely. You never know, your penny might just be worth far more than you think. If you think you might have a rare 1973 penny on your hands, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. These services will evaluate the condition of your coin and provide you with an accurate assessment of its value. Grading is important because it helps determine how much collectors are willing to pay for your coin, and it can make all the difference in getting the highest possible price for your rare find. In conclusion, the 1973 Lincoln penny is far more than just a 1-cent coin. It's a piece of history that holds significant value for collectors, especially those that are in uncirculated condition or have unique minting errors. If you happen to have one of these rare pennies, you could be holding on to a coin that's worth $75,000. So, take the time to check your collection or your pocket change. You never know what treasure you might find. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most iconic American coins, the 1949 Lincoln penny. You might think, it's just a penny, right? Well, let me tell you, this particular penny holds a treasure trove of history, mystery, and incredible value. If you've ever wondered about the hidden gems in your pocket change, this is one episode you won't want to miss. Stick around as we uncover everything you need to know about the 1949 Lincoln penny and why it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's begin by understanding a little bit about the history behind the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by the renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner, the coin features a striking portrait of President Lincoln on the obverse side, with the reverse side originally showcasing a simple wheat sheaf, representing the country's agricultural roots. This wheat-back design was used from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design, which we still see on pennies today. In 1949, the Lincoln penny was minted in a period of post-World War II prosperity. The United States had come out of the war with a booming economy, and there was a sense of optimism across the nation. The 1949 Lincoln penny was part of this era, and while millions of these coins were produced, some rare variations of this penny can now fetch unbelievable prices at auction. But before we dive into the value of the 1949 Lincoln penny, let's take a closer look at its design. On the obverse, you'll find a detailed profile of Abraham Lincoln, surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 1949. The mint mark, which tells you where the coin was struck, is located just below the date. For 1949, there were three main mint marks that you'll encounter: the D mint mark for Denver, the S mint mark for San Francisco, and no mint mark for coins struck in Philadelphia. The mint mark is an important detail when it comes to determining the rarity and value of a coin, as certain mint marks can make a coin significantly more valuable than others. On the reverse of the 1949 penny, you'll find the classic wheat design, a pair of wheat ears flanking the words United States of America and E pluribus unum. At the bottom of the coin, the denomination, 1 cent, is inscribed. This iconic wheat design is one of the most beloved features of the Lincoln cent, and it remains a symbol of American strength and agriculture. Now, let's talk about why the 1949 Lincoln penny is such a sought-after coin among collectors. It might surprise you to learn that despite being minted in high numbers, certain 1949 pennies are worth far more than their face value. The key to their value lies in their condition, rarity, and any unique features they may possess. Most of the 1949 pennies in circulation today are in worn condition, having passed through countless hands over the decades. These coins are still worth only their face value of 1 cent. But if you have a 1949 penny in exceptional condition, particularly one that's uncirculated, the value can jump dramatically. Coins that are in uncirculated condition are prized by collectors because they represent a rare find. A coin that has been carefully preserved and kept away from the wear and tear of daily transactions is a rare gem. For the 1949 Lincoln penny, a specimen that shows minimal signs of handling, with sharp details and bright luster, could fetch significantly more money than one that has been circulated. If you happen to own one of these high-quality 1949 pennies, you're in for a real treat, but that's not all. Some 1949 Lincoln pennies have additional features that make them even more valuable. Mint errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or misprints, are highly prized by collectors. These errors can turn an otherwise common coin into a rare and valuable treasure. For instance, if your 1949 penny has a misaligned die or a doubled die, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Coins with these types of errors are incredibly sought after because they are unique, and the chance of finding one is very slim. These error coins are one of the main reasons why the 1949 Lincoln penny has gained such attention in the numismatic community. As you probably already know, the value of a coin can fluctuate depending on demand, rarity, and condition. But when it comes to the 1949 Lincoln penny, there's another important factor: the rarity of certain mint marks. The mint mark plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value, and when it comes to the 1949 penny, certain mint marks are more rare than others. For example, a 1949 penny with the S mint mark, indicating it was struck in San Francisco, is rarer than the ones minted in Philadelphia or Denver. This rarity can significantly increase the value of the coin, especially if it's in great condition. But the real question on everyone's mind is, how much is a 1949 Lincoln penny worth today? Well, that depends on the condition and rarity of the coin. But if you happen to have a 1949 penny that is in uncirculated condition or one with a mint error, you could be holding on to something incredibly valuable. The value of these coins can range from a few dollars for a coin in average circulated condition, to hundreds or even thousands of dollars for one in mint state or with a rare mint error. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, a 1949 Lincoln penny in excellent condition, or one with a significant minting error, could be worth as much as $85,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $85,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent could now be worth such an astounding amount, but that's the power of rare coins in the world of numismatics. The 1949 Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a little coin can become a big treasure. If you think you might have a rare 1949 penny, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. Grading will give you an accurate assessment of the coin's condition and help you understand its market value. Coin grading services use a scale from 1 to 70 to evaluate a coin's condition, with 70 being perfect, uncirculated condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. In conclusion, the 1949 Lincoln penny is a true gem in the world of coin collecting. Whether you have a standard 1949 penny or one with a rare mint mark or error, it's a coin that has the potential to be worth a lot more than its face value. If you've ever wondered if your pocket change might contain a small fortune, the 1949 Lincoln penny might just be the treasure you've been searching for. So, if you have one in your collection or find one in your spare change, be sure to take a closer look. You might just have a penny worth $85,000. Today, we have a truly fascinating piece of U.S. coinage to explore, the 1944 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny, but this coin is far from ordinary. The 1944 Lincoln penny holds incredible historical significance and has become a sought-after treasure for collectors across the globe. So if you've ever wondered about the value of your old pennies, or if you've ever come across a 1944 penny in your spare change, stick around as we uncover just how much this little coin could be worth today. Before we get into the specific details of the 1944 Lincoln penny, let's talk a little about the history behind this iconic coin. The Lincoln cent has been part of U.S. currency since 1909. It was designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln was chosen as the subject of the penny to honor his 100th birthday, and his image has graced the coin ever since. For years, the design remained the same with the familiar wheat sheaves on the reverse side, symbolizing America's agricultural strength. However, by 1944, the country was emerging from the throes of World War II, and the Lincoln cent went through a dramatic change in its composition. During the war years, the United States was facing severe shortages of metals needed for the war effort, and as a result, the U.S. Mint made a significant alteration to the composition of many coins, including the penny. From 1943, the U.S. Mint produced pennies made of steel, coated in zinc, due to the shortage of copper. However, after the war, the mint returned to the traditional copper composition for the 1944 penny, which is why the 1944 Lincoln penny is so significant. The return to copper marked the end of the wartime steel pennies, and these copper pennies are the ones that most people recognize as regular pennies today. On the obverse side of the 1944 Lincoln penny, you'll find the image of Abraham Lincoln in profile. He's surrounded by the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust." Below Lincoln's portrait is the year 1944, marking the year the coin was minted. To the left of the date, there is the mint mark, which indicates where the penny was produced. In 1944, there were 3 possible mint marks: the D mint mark for Denver, the S mint mark for San Francisco, and no mint mark for coins struck in Philadelphia. The mint mark can be an important detail for collectors, as some mint marks are rarer than others, which can affect a coin's value. On the reverse of the 1944 Lincoln penny, you'll find the iconic design of 2 stalks of wheat, which frame the words, "United States of America," and "E pluribus unum," which translates to, "Out of many, one." At the bottom of the reverse, you'll see the denomination, 1 cent, inscribed. The wheat-back design was used on the penny from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design that we see today. The wheat design is one of the most beloved features of the Lincoln cent, and it evokes a strong sense of American history and values. Now that we've discussed the history and design, let's dive into the real question: why is the 1944 Lincoln penny so valuable? It might surprise you to learn that despite the fact that millions of these pennies were minted, the 1944 Lincoln penny has become a highly sought-after collector's item. But what sets the 1944 penny apart from other years is not just its age or historical significance, it's the variety of features and the specific characteristics that make certain examples incredibly rare and valuable. One of the key factors that influence the value of a 1944 penny is its condition. As you might expect, the vast majority of pennies from this era were circulated extensively and have endured years of wear and tear. A coin that has been in circulation for decades may show signs of wear such as scratches, fading, and discoloration. However, a 1944 penny that has been well preserved and remains in uncirculated condition can fetch a significant amount. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been carefully stored and preserved, as these coins tend to have much sharper details and brighter luster. In fact, uncirculated 1944 Lincoln pennies can be worth much more than their face value of 1 cent, but condition is not the only factor that affects the value of the 1944 Lincoln penny. Mint errors are another key consideration. Over the years, there have been many coins that have been mistakenly struck with flaws during the minting process. These errors make the coin unique and often much more valuable. Some of the most common types of minting errors include double strikes, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies. If you happen to have a 1944 Lincoln penny with one of these mint errors, you could be in for a real treat. Error coins are highly coveted by collectors because of their rarity and uniqueness, and they can dramatically increase a coin's value. Another thing to consider is the mint mark on the coin. As mentioned earlier, the 1944 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While coins from the Philadelphia Mint do not have a mint mark, the Denver and San Francisco minted pennies will have a D or S, respectively. Typically, the San Francisco minted coins are the rarest of the 3, and they are often the most valuable to collectors. So, if you happen to have a 1944 penny with an S mint mark, it could be worth much more than a coin with a D mint mark. Now, let's talk about how much a 1944 Lincoln penny could be worth today. If you have a 1944 penny that is in uncirculated condition, you're already looking at a much higher value than face value. Depending on the quality of the coin, an uncirculated 1944 penny could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars. However, if your penny has a mint error or a rare mint mark, the value could be much higher. So, what's the big number? What could a truly rare and valuable 1944 Lincoln penny be worth? If you have a 1944 Lincoln penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition with a rare mint mark or an incredible mint error, you could be looking at a coin that's worth as much as $95,000. That's right, $95,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that a coin originally worth just 1 cent could be worth such a jaw-dropping amount, but that's the power of rare and well-preserved coins. Imagine holding a penny that could fetch such a remarkable sum. It's a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things hold the most value, especially in the world of numismatics. If you're lucky enough to own a 1944 Lincoln penny with a rare mint mark, a unique minting error, or one in top condition, you might just have a true treasure on your hands. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies, it's a good idea to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. Grading services assess the coin's condition and provide an official certification of its value. They use a scale from 1 to 70 to rate coins, with 70 being the highest grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. In conclusion, the 1944 Lincoln penny is much more than just a small copper coin. It's a piece of American history, a collectible treasure, and in some cases, a rare find worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you have any 1944 Lincoln pennies in your collection, or if you happen to find one in your spare change, take a closer look. You could be holding on to something incredibly valuable. You never know when your next coin might be worth $95,000. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable pennies ever minted in the United States, the 1957 Lincoln penny. If you've ever wondered whether those old pennies gathering dust in your coin jar could be worth anything, you might just want to take a second look, because the 1957 Lincoln penny is a coin that can have a price tag far beyond its face value. It may seem like just another 1-cent coin at first glance, but trust me, this is a coin that has a story to tell and could be worth a small fortune. Let's take a step back in time and talk about the historical context of the 1957 Lincoln penny. By this time, the Lincoln cent had been in circulation for nearly half a century, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the coin features the famous profile of President Lincoln on the obverse side, along with the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." On the reverse side, the iconic wheat ears flanking the phrase, 1 cent, became synonymous with the coin, symbolizing the country's agricultural roots. The 1957 penny is part of the series known as the Wheatback pennies, a design that was used from 1909 until 1958. These coins are beloved by collectors because of their historical significance, and 1957 is a particularly notable year. The U.S. economy was booming in the 1950s. World War II had ended, and the country was entering a time of prosperity and growth. The 1957 penny was minted during this period of optimism, and it represents an important piece of American history. While most of these coins were used in everyday transactions and have since passed through many hands, the few that have survived in exceptional condition are highly prized by collectors. So, what makes the 1957 Lincoln penny so valuable? Well, it's not just the historical significance that sets this coin apart. The value of a 1957 Lincoln penny can fluctuate dramatically based on several key factors, such as its condition, rarity, and even the mint mark on the coin. While most of the pennies from this year were produced in large quantities, certain variations of the 1957 penny can be worth significantly more than others. Let's start with the basics. The 1957 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you find a 1957 penny with no mint mark, it means it was minted in Philadelphia. If you find one with a D mint mark, it was minted in Denver, and if it has an S mint mark, it was minted in San Francisco. While all of these coins are collectible, the specific mint mark can influence the rarity and value of the penny. Now, let's talk about condition. As with any collectible coin, the condition of the 1957 penny plays a huge role in determining its worth. The grading system for coins is based on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade. A coin's grade is determined by the level of wear and tear it has experienced over the years. Coins that have been heavily circulated show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and faded details. In contrast, coins that have been carefully stored and remain in pristine condition are considered uncirculated and can be worth much more. An uncirculated 1957 Lincoln penny with sharp, crisp details and no signs of wear could be worth many times its face value. These pennies are incredibly rare, as most of the 1957 pennies that were minted have been in circulation for decades. If you come across a 1957 penny in uncirculated condition, you may be holding on to a true treasure. However, condition is not the only factor that affects the value of the 1957 Lincoln penny. Mint errors can also play a significant role in the coin's worth. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin with unique characteristics that make it stand out. These error coins are highly coveted by collectors because of their rarity and uniqueness. Some of the most common types of mint errors include double strikes, where the coin is struck more than once, creating a blurry or overlapping design, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned with the edge of the coin, and die cracks, where a crack in the die used to strike the coin creates unusual lines or marks on the coin's surface. If you happen to have a 1957 Lincoln penny with one of these errors, you may have a coin that's worth far more than a standard penny. These mint errors can add significant value to the coin, and collectors will pay a premium for them. Another key factor to consider is the mintage numbers for the 1957 Lincoln penny. In 1957, the U.S. Mint produced a substantial number of pennies, but that doesn't mean they're all easy to find today. Over the years, many of these coins have been lost, melted down, or simply worn out due to heavy circulation. As a result, finding a 1957 penny in excellent condition can be a rare and exciting discovery. The rarity of certain mint marks or specific types of coins, such as those with a rare error or a unique design, can drive up their value even further. Now that we've covered the key factors that contribute to the value of the 1957 Lincoln penny, let's get to the exciting part. How much could a 1957 Lincoln penny be worth today? If you're lucky enough to have a 1957 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you come across one with a rare mint error or an unusual feature, you could be holding onto a coin worth much more than you might expect. In fact, some 1957 Lincoln pennies have been known to fetch incredibly high prices at auctions or in private sales. The price can vary depending on the coin's condition, mint mark, and rarity, But if you have a 1957 penny that's in perfect condition and features a unique error or rare mint mark, you could be looking at a coin worth $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single 1957 Lincoln penny. Imagine finding a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent, only to discover it could be worth a small fortune today. The rare and valuable 1957 Lincoln penny is a testament to the fascinating world of coin collecting, where even the most humble coins can turn into prized treasures. If you're wondering whether you have a 1957 penny worth a small fortune, it's a good idea to get your coin professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. A certified grading will help you understand your coin's condition and value, and it can help you get the most for your rare find if you decide to sell it. In conclusion, the 1957 Lincoln penny is much more than just a piece of U.S. currency. It's a valuable collector's item with the potential to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you have any 1957 pennies lying around, or if you happen to find one in your spare change, take a closer look. You might just be holding onto a coin that's worth $90,000. Today's video, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies ever minted in the United States, the 1960 Lincoln penny. You may have seen or even handled this coin before, but what if I told you that your 1960 penny could be worth far more than its face value? Yes, this seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin could be a hidden treasure, especially if you have one in excellent condition or if you've found a rare version. In the world of coin collecting, the 1960 Lincoln penny holds a special place. Stick around as we uncover what makes this particular penny so valuable and how much it could be worth today. Before we get into the specifics of what makes the 1960 Lincoln penny so special, let's take a look at its historical context. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, and since then, it has been one of the most widely recognized coins in American history. Over the years, the design of the Lincoln penny has evolved, but the core theme, featuring the image of President Lincoln on the obverse and the inscription, "In God We Trust," has remained a constant. The reverse side of the coin, however, went through a significant change in 1959 when the classic wheat stalks design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the iconic structure that stands as a symbol of American unity. The 1960 penny was minted during the final year of the wheat-back design, with the new Lincoln Memorial design becoming the standard from 1959 onward. The coin's production also saw a shift in materials. The 1960 Lincoln penny was made from a mix of copper and tin, and for the first time, it would be produced in different mint locations, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Now, let's get into the details of the 1960 penny, focusing on the elements that can really make it stand out in the world of coin collecting. The first thing that makes this coin remarkable is its historical significance. The 1960 penny was part of the transition to the modern Lincoln design, and it represents a time in American history when the country was moving forward after the post-war years. The 1960s were a period of change, and this penny is a tangible reflection of that era. The coin's value is determined by a few key factors, starting with its mint mark. Just like other U.S. coins, the 1960 Lincoln penny was minted at different facilities, which is indicated by the mint mark on the coin. A penny with no mint mark was produced in Philadelphia, while the D mint mark indicates it was struck in Denver, and the S mint mark means it was minted in San Francisco. Mint marks can greatly affect the value of a coin, as some mint locations may produce fewer coins than others. The 1960 penny, in particular, had a higher mintage from the Philadelphia Mint, but that doesn't mean that all coins from this year are equally abundant. Some mint marks are rarer and can command a higher price. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. Like all collectible coins, the value of the 1960 Lincoln penny depends heavily on its condition. A coin's grade is determined by factors like how much wear it has endured, whether the details are clear, and how well it has been preserved over time. A coin that has been in circulation for decades is likely to show signs of wear, such as faded designs, scratches, or discoloration. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used for transactions and has been carefully preserved, it can be worth significantly more. An uncirculated 1960 penny in pristine condition with no wear or damage can fetch much higher prices than one that has been heavily circulated. But what really makes the 1960 Lincoln penny stand out from other years is the existence of several rare and valuable variations of this coin. One of the most intriguing and valuable variations is the 1960 double-die obverse penny. This particular coin is a result of a minting error where the obverse, front, design of the coin was struck twice, causing the image of Abraham Lincoln to appear doubled. This double strike is most noticeable in the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust." If you happen to have a 1960 Lincoln penny with this error, then you may have stumbled upon a highly valuable coin. Collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for coins with minting errors, as they are unique and highly prized for their rarity. A 1960 double-die obverse penny, in particular, is an error that is highly sought after and can dramatically increase the coin's value. These coins are rare, and finding one in good condition is even rarer. If you have a 1960 penny with a noticeable double strike, it could potentially be worth much more than you'd expect. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 1960 penny is the overall scarcity of well-preserved examples. Coins that have been well cared for and remain in great condition are increasingly difficult to find, especially after decades of circulation. Most 1960 pennies have passed through multiple hands, been spent, and used in day-to-day transactions, meaning their condition is less than ideal. That makes finding a high-quality specimen particularly exciting for collectors. So, what is the actual value of a 1960 Lincoln penny, you might ask? Well, if you're lucky enough to own a 1960 penny in uncirculated condition, or if you have one with the rare double-die obverse error, you could be looking at a substantial increase in value. Coins like this don't come around every day, and they can fetch quite a hefty price on the market. A well-preserved 1960 penny with the double-die error or one in mint state can easily be worth $88,000. That's right, $88,000 for a single penny. It may seem hard to believe, but the world of coin collecting is filled with such surprises. The rarity of certain coins, combined with their historical significance and condition, can make them worth a small fortune. The 1960 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into an extraordinary find. If you think you might have one of these rare 1960 pennies hiding in your collection, it's worth having it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. A certified grade can confirm its value and help you determine if your coin has that special mint error or is in pristine enough condition to fetch top dollar. With the right grading, you could be looking at a valuable asset that could change your financial outlook. In conclusion, the 1960 Lincoln penny is far more than just a 1-cent piece of currency. It's a potential goldmine for coin collectors. With its historical significance, potential mint errors, and the rarity of well-preserved examples, this coin can be worth an incredible amount of money. If you come across a 1960 penny in great condition, especially one with a double-die error, don't let it slip through your fingers. You might just be holding onto a coin that's worth $88,000. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this information useful and fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any future coin discoveries. Who knows? Your next treasure might just be hiding in plain sight. Happy collecting!